Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? I am coming at you with another relationship video entitled She Don't Tell Me To. Now, I thought about this video as I was out walking yesterday. Yes, I said it, exercise. Don't act like you don't know. I exercise. Anyways, I was out walking yesterday and I had on my headphones listening to my Pandora, listening to my favorite genre of music, which is what? If you don't know me, if you don't know me by now, you will never, 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 never know me. If you've been a blessed one long enough, you know my favorite music is country. So yes, I'm listening to Pandora, listening to my country music station, which is my Craig Morgan station, and a song comes on by Montgomery Gentry. I love this song, and it's entitled "She Don't Tell Me To." I'm gonna put the lyrics to that song in the description box. And even if you don't like country, if you don't listen to country, you never thought about country, hey, I know to each his own. We have our own taste. But at least read the lyrics to the song. And I'm also going to post a link to the video if you so desire to watch the video. But if you can't stomach country music and you can't stomach watching the video, at least read the lyrics. And specifically what this video about is I love the lyric that says, she don't even know she's got me looking for the next right thing to do. Hallelujah. Y'all hear that? This man says she doesn't even know that she's got me looking, seeking for the next right thing to do. Y'all, I often say, in relationships, or when we first start a relationship, or on our first date or second date, or the first time we start talking to someone online, y'all know we on these different websites, match.com and eharmony.com and plenty of fish and Black Planet and Black People Meet and all these different websites, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If I was single, I would be on me a website. More than likely, I'd be on me a match.com, because honey, I'll be paying some money for some quality people. But anywho, so I have absolutely nothing against internet dating. Before I married, I met some great guys on the internet. But I digress. What was I talking about? Okay, but anyways, so a lot of times when we first meet these people, either online or like our first date or two, we have what I call, and this is mostly to me women. I'm sure there might be a few men who are like this, but 99% is women who we have what I call diarrhea of the mouth. I know that does not sound pleasing, does it? But it doesn't sound pleasing when we have the diarrhea of the mouth. We go on this interrogation. We tell everything about ourselves in that first date. We ask all kinds of. I mean, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. There are some good strategic questions that you should ask. But we ask questions like, do you cheat? Have you ever cheated? We lay down the law that I'm not going to tolerate anybody cheating. I'm not going to tolerate anybody hitting me. I'm not going to tolerate anybody cursing me out. I'm not going to tolerate a man who don't work. I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not going to tolerate that. We're laying down the law. Like I said, that first conversation, whether that be in on the internet, or whether that's a conversation over the phone, or whether that's our first meeting on a blind date, or whatever it is. It's like that initial contact. We are laying down the law. We are interrogating the person like they're on this job interview for this top secret mission, and you only have just a few candidates to accomplish your mission. I was watching Steve Harvey show one day a few weeks ago, and he had this lady on there, and I think she was supposed to be like one of the world's or the worst dater, and she was a attractive looking older woman, like maybe in her late 40s, early 50s. I say older. Lord Jesus, I'm an older woman. I'm 46. But anyway, but she seemed like she was a little older than me, maybe in her early 50s. And she said she was worst dater. So the Steve Harvey crew sent a camera to see what's going on her dates. Well, she's interrogating these guys. One guy, first thing she was like, "Do you cheat? Have you ever cheated on your wife?" And I think the guy was divorced. Well, did you divorce because you cheated? And she really turned the guy off. And and they got the guy on the phone to ask him what happened. Why was there not a second date? He said he enjoyed the date. He said on a scale of 1 to 10, he would give the date like a 6 or 7. He enjoyed the date. He said, but the way she just came at him, all wrong. And Steve Harvey was just telling her, you scaring men away. You talking too much. There's also another country song that talks about, I want to talk about me. I want to talk about me. Oh my, it's like, I don't want to talk about you. And all your A through Z. It's like, I want to talk about me. Listen to me. So a lot of times, lady, we need to listen more and talk less. And I know some people won't agree with that. They might sound that sounds chauvinist but no, that's not. That's wise. That's wisdom. So listen more and talk less. That doesn't mean you can't talk. You got to be engaging. You got to be able to have a conversation. You got to be able to talk. You got to be interesting for the person to even want another date with you. But there's a difference between being engaging and having being a great conversationalist than somebody who's coming at you like you want a job interview. How many times have you been married? How many children do you want? Do you want any more children? What kind of job do you have? What's your goals? What's your vision? First date, and you want to know what's your goals? What's your vision for your life? That is just too much. Come on now, enjoy the first date. Whether or not you're going to a theater, whether you're going to the movies, whether you're going to the ballet, whether you're going to arts festival, or whether whatever it is, or whether you're going to a farmer's market, whatever it is, your first date, enjoy the environment, enjoy the first date, enjoy the getting to know you. So you may say, well, what do I ask? What do I ask? How many sisters and brothers do you have? What kind of life did you have growing up? Is your mom and dad, are they still together? What's your favorite memories from your childhood? What do you do for work? Do you enjoy your job? Where do you see yourself? It's okay, where do you see yourself, on that job in a few years? There is a way to ask questions to get a feel for who you're dealing with without sounding like you're interrogating that person. But anyway, back to this song, She Don't Tell Me To. Montgomery Gentry, like I said, he says, she don't even know that she keeps me looking for the next right thing to do. Y'all, men want to do right by us. I'm not talking about them scoundrels who don't mean to do right by anybody. But I mean the bulk, the majority of men, they're looking to do the right thing by their women or their woman. No, singular, their woman. But it's because she don't tell them to. You don't have to tell a man, I will not take anybody hitting me. I will not take anybody who don't work. I will not take anybody who's disrespectful to me. I will not take anybody who cursed their mamas out. I will not take anybody. I will not. And you got your whole list of I will not, I won't take this, I won't take that. You don't have to lay down the law like that. You don't have to take, you know how you handle that? You tell a man how to treat you by example. How you treat yourself, how you treat him, and how you treat others. When you don't curse your mama out, when you don't curse your children out, when you don't curse the clerk at the store out because she rang your item up wrong, or you don't curse the drive-through window person out because they got your order wrong, then that lets them know that you're not a person who, you have your emotions in check. You're not a person who cursing other people out. Therefore, you don't tolerate that. When you're not hitting other people, when you're not slapping your children up across the head and all kinds of ways. Now, believe me, I believe spare the rod, spoil the child. That's a whole another video. But just slapping your children all across the head, hitting them all any kind of way, calling them all kinds of names, just bad parenting. When you exhibit bad parenting in that way, that lets that person know that they can treat you any kind of way. When you are just volatile and hitting other people, that lets them know that they could treat you that way. Even like the lady Evelyn Lozada, is that her name, y'all? I don't know if she's a basketball wife, a Real Housewife, a Love and Hip Hop wife. I don't know which one she is. I just saw her on Iyanla Fix My Life. And I know she was married to Ocho Cinco just from reading the internet and news reports and stuff. But I never watched her. So yeah, I'm talking about something that I done read about. Y'all know us Christian folks just be talking about stuff that we don't know nothing about. But anyway, but just from what I saw, she invited a lot of stuff upon her. Not saying that it was right. I am not saying that. Do not take my words and run and go the wrong direction. I'm not saying she deserved it, but she invited a lot of stuff, because we invite a lot of stuff into our lives, and that doesn't mean we deserve it. But she invited a lot of stuff into her life by being volatile and by being by being violent and by being and cursing people out and stuff like that. So and also too, not having an expectation of Ocho Cinco to treat her the way she's supposed to be treated. I could just tell from the different clips that she didn't have an expectation that he will not cheat. It is unacceptable. She didn't have an expectation that you will not lay your hands on me. That is unacceptable. It's like she didn't, to me, just from watching Iyanla Fix My Life, that she did not seem to have that level of expectation that she will be treated like she deserved to be treated. So a lot of times we tell people, we tell these men, and men, sometimes even women, we tell people, we show people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. We show people how to treat us by how we treat others and how we treat that person that we're dealing with. If you're gonna hit on somebody, you're saying it's okay to hit me back. You know, no, consciously, we know we want to hit somebody and they're not supposed to hit us back. But when you lay your hands on someone, you are saying fair game. All is fair in love and war. You know, so when you cursing people out, you say it's okay. I can take it. Come on, hit me with your best shot. But when you treat yourself, when you treat the person that you're talking to or dealing with or dating, when you treat others, when you treat your family with love, with respect, with dignity, with integrity, with mutual admiration and respect, that is what you get back in turn. People can call it karma. You can call it reap what you sow. You can call it whatever it is that you want to call it. But it's whatever you put out there in the world, that's what's coming back to you. You call it law of attraction. We could call it whatever we want to call it. But whatever you put out there, that is what's coming back to you. So when you put good stuff out there, you're showing that person how you expect to be treated and how you deserve to be treated, and how you will not even take or stand for anything less. But do you have to spell it out? No, you don't have to have your checklist and say these are the things that I will not take, and then going through your list, either virtually going through your list by calling it out or by acting out. You know, you're going through your list and you telling the person, I will not take this and this and this. No, you don't have to tell the person what all those things that you will not take. They will instinctively know. People are smart enough to figure it out. Men are smart enough to figure out what it is you will and will not take. Men are smart enough to figure out your level of self-esteem. I was even watching on I think it was the same episode of Steve Harvey, how it said men can tell your level of self-esteem. And I did a video. This video is so old, I don't know if I can even find it, because y'all know I got almost 1,000 videos. But my barber, the guy, he was cutting my hair one day, and he is just hilarious, you guys. And he was like, yeah, Miss D, a man can smell that self-esteem like fried chicken. He said, you know, he's from, I think he's from Boston or Pennsylvania. I don't know, from somewhere up north. I think Pennsylvania. And when he talked, he's like, yeah, Miss D, men can walk, you know how you walk into a room, Miss D, and you're like, I smell fried chicken. And he said, and then you're like, oh, that smells good. He said, Mr. A man can walk up on a woman and he like, I smell low self-esteem. Or, I smell a healthy self-esteem. That smells good. He said, a man knows. He instinctively smells it. He sees it. He feels it. He knows whether or not you have a healthy self-esteem or if you have low self-esteem. And depending on the guy that you're dealing with, he's either going to appreciate that healthy self-esteem or he's going to take advantage of your low self-esteem. And that's where where the problem lies. A lot of times we're dealing with these men who are going to take advantage of our low self-esteem rather than someone who's going to say, okay, I'm digging this woman, but she seems to have low self-esteem. What can I do to raise up her level of self-esteem and let her know that I'm attracted to her and that she is worthy of being loved and being desired and being cared for and being attended to. She's worthy. So how can I bring? How can I let her know this? How can I let her see this for herself and raise up her level of self-esteem? See, that's what a good man does when or if he does come across a woman with low self-esteem. But yeah, ladies, a man can smell that level of low self-esteem, and we got to raise up our level of self-esteem. Women, we got to do it for each other. We got to do it for each other. When a woman tells me that I look good, when a woman tells me that I smell good, when a woman tells me that I'm gorgeous, when a woman tells me that they love my smile, when a woman just lifts me up in that way, it raises up my level of self-esteem. Of course, that happens when men does it too. But when a woman tells you something, a lot of times there's no ulterior motive. Sometimes you question these men's ulterior motive. When they tell you stuff, you're like, mm-hmm. But when a woman tells you that, to me, this is just my personal opinion, that it just helps raise that level of self-esteem because she's not after anything. Most of the time. Sometimes you don't know these days, but most of the time, she's not after anything. She's just calling it like she see it. But back to that song, y'all. I know I'm all over the place. But back to that song, Montgomery Gentry's She Don't Tell Me To. Ladies, we don't have to spell it out. We don't have to tell a man, just outlining. There's nothing wrong with now discussing your likes and your dislikes. I mean, that's healthy. That's good. Discussing what you like, what you don't like. But this list of I won't take this and I won't take that, and a man will not do me this kind of way, and a man will not do that. You don't have to be militant about it. You don't have to call it out like that, because how you treat yourself, the level of respect and love that you show yourself, and loving yourself, flaws and all, but also knowing that even with your flaws and all, even with the extra weight, even with the aging, even with the gray hair, even with the whatever it is that you don't like about yourself, flaws, physical, emotional, personality, character, whatever your flaws are, knowing that you love yourself, flaws and all, then that's how you tell others or show others how to treat you. And then how you treat that guy that you're dealing with, when you're treating him with respect, with mutual respect, you're treating him in a kind, loving way. When he sees or witnesses you treating others, your children, your parents, your siblings, strangers, co-workers, friends, associates, acquaintances, when he sees how you treat them, then he knows instinctively. Like I say, they're smart enough to know. He knows instinctively how to treat you. We don't have to lay it out. Because when a man likes you and cares for you, believe me, you don't even have to tell him to. He is absolutely looking, seeking for the next right thing to do. Because she don't tell him to. Love y'all. Y'all be blessed.